This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store. Always good to be joined with Dean Whyte. We've just seen Denzel Bentley putting an emphatic knockout over Derrick Osaze. Yeah, guess what your thoughts on that?
No, it's good. It's good. I was hoping for an early night anyway, so he done out the expectation. We've been here too long. It's pretty late and conclusive, concussive, and emphatic.
When it comes to Denzel, obviously he had that Nathan Heaney fight and he stopped Danny Dignam inside 2 or 3 rounds. He's done it again. Putting a statement to be pushing towards sort of bigger honours than the British, definitely.
Yeah, no, listen, Denzel's a solid guy in, you know, the staple of British boxing with the titles. He's won it, you know, 2 times and stuff. Obviously, he's had the loss with Heaney and then Felix, but you know, he's come back and like he says, had a few emphatic wins, and he just needs to build on and be, you know, matched and get the right fights for him to progress and work on. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think maybe that's something he should go and re-look at as well. That Heaney fight, because maybe that wasn't him on the night. Maybe he didn't perform to his ability. Even tonight, to be honest, he started a bit slow. I wasn't sure. I didn't see any sweat on him, and he was looked kind of bone dry. But he looked a bit patient, done his thing, and waited for the counter. And you know, when he gets people hurt, he gets them out of there.
Would you like to see a Shiraz fight?
Not just yet. I think, you know, Shiraz is very sharp. He's a younger man who's, you know, coming up. Denzel's been at certain levels and won. Denzel's on the rise back up. You know, Shiraz is doing his thing. He's fighting. Who's he fighting now?
Tyler Denny.
Yeah, that's a great fight. I don't know if he even wins that, but let's see what happens. But it's a good fight nevertheless. I don't want to. He's a big guy, a strong kid, and young and hungry. Denzel's a bit older now. Denzel needs to. You got to pick your battles and be smart. You don't need to go through the door, you can go round. I always say this, I'm saying, you know what I mean, you've got to be smart, it's a chessboard, and make the right fights, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, for sure. Did want to move on and talk about other things sort of around the world of boxing. And one thing I sort of wanted to get your opinion on is, we've seen, I guess, not really a rift, but a beef between Canelo Alvarez and His Excellency Turki Alal Shikh. What do you sort of make of this rift? Really the first time someone's almost gone against Turkey. This
is the man in boxing, Canelo, man. He's the face of boxing. He's got such a draw, and he makes a lot of money. So if you're going to entice someone like that, you're going to have to, you know, you're going to have to give them exactly what they want. I don't think there's a rift. It's just Canelo's got the fight he wants. He's getting paid the money he wants. I saw the interview the other day. He said he gets 80% of everything. So unless they're prepared to do the same, which I doubt they are, and match the numbers. But then what it is they make him have probably harder fights, maybe what he don't want at this juncture. He's in control. He's the guy steering this ship, and that's what it is.
Do you think it's a case of? I mean, there's a lot of sort of accusations around Canelo. Do you think he is sort of halfway out and not really wanting to test it against Benavidez and that?
Do you know what? Look, he has the right to. He has the right to take the fights he wants. He's had about 60 fights. The man's faced every one of who is who in boxing. Right now, it's his time to make his money, pick the fights he wants. That's a young, hungry guy in Benavidez, big, strong guy. He doesn't need to fight that guy unless the money is right. So he's got to fight who he wants. When you're in that position, that's like Martin Bakoli. Yeah. He's calling people out. People's not going to fight him. He's a real menace. He's a very dangerous operator. He's underrated operator, very strong, and he knows how to pick his shots. So, you know, unless it matches up and he brings something to the table, you're not going to take that fight because it's high risk, low reward.
Absolutely. One thing I also did want to ask you before I do let you go, Dean. Is there any update with Dillian? Obviously, it's been a bit quiet recently, is it?
I think we'll hear something shortly. I can't go too much into it, but you know, hopefully in the next few months. I know him and the team. Obviously, he wants to get back out there. You know, so I'm sure we'll hear something. That's all I can say.
You know, you mentioned Bakoli there. Obviously, we know what happened with Dillian. I mean, like, is that now he's got that win? Is that something I think you'll entertain?
Not really, I don't think so. Not right now. I think Dillian's got to work on his own path. There's fights they've been offered, and I think still Dillian was a bit big. He's been out. He's only had that one fight in about 2 years. I think for me, he needs a good few fights, at least 3-4 fights. Get the rust off. Look, Joseph Parker, Zhang, Martin Bakoli, all them boys have had about 3, 4, 5 fights, and they're on the momentum. Dillian needs to get that momentum. If you go in there without momentum, you're destined to fail. So he needs to bet on himself, take his time, and get the momentum. Because if you look at Baby Miller, he went in there and he weren't in good shape against Daniel, and then it came up short. He looks in tremendous shape. I was with him in the gym in Miami the other day, a couple of days after that LA fight, which a lot of people thought he won, and he put in some real work in that fight, and he came up short. Or they say he came up short, but some people say he won. But he's in tremendous shape. You have to have momentum. It's key.
Absolutely, for sure. Dean, as always, a pleasure to see you, mate. Even better to be speaking to you. Top man.
October the 19th, back at Tolworth. We're going to announce it any day now.
Absolutely. We got a main event for that?
Alfie Kegg's fighting for the Commonwealth silver.
Okay. I heard, just on Alfie Keg actually, before I do let go, heard apparently he got called out by Hamza Udin. Do you think that's a fight to entertain?
Bro, it's again, what for? He's 2-0. Why would we entertain someone who's 2-0? There's no benefit. You know what I mean? There's nothing for us. I think Sam mentioned it, but it's rubbish. Let him go and earn his stripes, and we'll talk down the line. We're not going to go and fight a man who's 2-0. He's 10-0. We're working on our own plan. He's got matchroom backing him. That's good for them. I'm backing Alpha. We're doing our own thing. We're going to concentrate on our own career and our own path, and we'll see what happens down the line. But he should go. There's loads of fights. There's loads of guys he can fight. But anyone who's 2-0, there's nothing in it for us. The money's not going to be good. There's absolutely nothing. There's more benefit to him.
Definitely. Dean, as always, mate, a real pleasure, mate. Top man.